Hello, and welcome to the Some Nerdy Arguments review of What Remains of Edith Finch. Developed by Giant Sparrow, creators of the Unfinished Swan, and published by Annapurna Interactive, the first for the subsidiary of Annapurna Pictures, What Remains of Edith Finch is one of two great story-driven adventure games that released in the first half of the year, the other being Infinite Falls Night in the Woods, of which you can also see a review of on this channel. You primarily play the game through the perspective of Edith Finch Jr., the last surviving member of, quote from the game, America's most unfortunate family. I say primarily because at certain points you'll take control of the other Finches throughout the game as Edith finds each eulogy, each segment mesmerizing and disturbing in their own ways. I swear, I'm not going to be able to hear Waltz of the Flowers from the Nutcracker the same way ever again. Thanks a bunch, Giant Sparrow. That's not really a spoiler, by the way. I promise. I'm not going to spoil anything about this story. I didn't do it for a 12-hour game like Night in the Woods. I surely won't do it for a 2.5-hour experience like this. Actually, playing through the game, that seems to be the biggest caveat. I enjoyed Jeff Russo's haunting soundtrack. The art style was nice and included some interesting variants, and the story was well told. But then comes the length, which leaves you debating what constitutes getting your money's worth. Would you prefer a game that keeps you in the experience longer, or something that is concise and on point? The problem with the former is that length can dilute the product as the emphasis gets put on length for length's sake. The latter keeps things tight, but can also lead to people feeling ripped off, like they just bought Star Wars Battlefront 2. And with that said, fuck you, Star Wars Battlefront 2. In my opinion, length should never be confused with quality. Quality is quality in itself. It doesn't matter if it's a 1-hour game like VVVVVV or a 1,000-hour game like The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. If you make quality, it's worth a buy regardless of length. What Remains of Edith Finch launched on PS4 and PC platforms such as Steam and GOG.com back in April and has added an Xbox One port since then. The game retails for about $20. If you want to score out of 10, I think it's a 10. But with that, the recommendation comes with a caveat. If you're someone who can overlook short length, or perhaps want to see what a good walking simulator can look like, go and buy this. If you have issues with the length, I suggest waiting for a sale. And that's our review of What Remains of Edith Finch. If you liked the video, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you have some critiques of the video or recommendations for games, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm Jeff from Some Nerdy Arguments. Watch your step out there.